Hello, hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish Kristyn. Today, Duncan and I, and you guys, we're all going to have a little whip and chatty rant. What is a whip and chatty rant? You may be asking yourself. WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress, and a chatty rant is me chatting and ranting about the goings-on in the past week or so. Today, my whip is this canvas from Rokkari. This is Feline Fury, but I have named this cat Spicy Pink Mellow. And if you are confused about that, I highly recommend watching the unboxing and kit up video towards the end. I explain why this is called Spicy Pink Mellow. Spoiler, it's named after my co-host for the Pink and Black event. This is a 50 by 65 canvas. It is available on Rokkari.com. We do have a special code for the event participants. You can use code TEAMPINK or TEAMBLACK in the pink and black section, and you can get buy two, get one free. So this one is available there. I have a square drill kit, and I will go into it again, but I have to do all of the black drills first. We will talk about that in a little bit. I'm using Galactic Alien Putty, a pen from Jim's Handmade Pens on Etsy. The photo looked a little bit more pink and black-esque, but I'm just kind of calling it my cow pen. I have an ephemera 3D tray, also event sponsor, and I only have one color today because I'm only allowed to do black. These are 4 of the containers of black drills. There are 10 total. 10! Yeah. But before we work on our first section, I need to open the box that my cat's butt is on top of now. This was sent to me by the lovely Zelda, which seriously, like, you gotta stop sending stuff. I mentioned in the live that my husband had a favorite kind of candy that was very, very, very hard to find. And then she said, I sent your husband something, it's on its way. And, pardon me, Duncan. Oh my gosh. Get off. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, fine. Here we go. And I did have him open this right before my video because he had to go to work. Get off the box, cat. And she sent him Coffee Crisp. He does not show a lot of emotion on his face. He has what some people would refer to as resting ditch face, but instead of a D on the ditch, you put in a B. And his eyes got huge. And I could see the excitement in his eyes. So thank you so much, Zelda. He thanks you. I'm going to have to hide these and parcel them out to him. Otherwise, these will be gone in a matter of days, and he will be very, very ill. So I'm going to close this up because Duncan really wants to lick the bags, and I am not about that. So let me zoom in, reposition everything, and we will get started. Don't go anywhere. All right, he is sitting right there. He's going to get his tail in my glue, and it's not going to be pretty, but I think he can sense that I'm a little anxious, or I don't know what, but yeah. So before I forget, I hope everybody is doing well, awesome, and amazing. And if you are not, I hope it gets better soon. Real quick, I'm just going to mention a few other small shops that are pitching in and showing some love and support for our event. Okay, I totally messed up my drills. We have Ephemera 3D, Kevin's DP Pens, 'True Vampire Arts, 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 ' Bee's Crafty Corner, which release papers are Bee's Crafty Corner. Forgot to mention. I have a pen and cover minder from Flowa Designs. TTT After Dark. I think it's After Dark, right? I think it is. I'm sorry if it's not. My brain is pudding right now. I'm sorry. And Rokkari, obviously Rokkari with the amazing special code with buy 2 get 1 free. Team Pink is the better one. Show me some support, guys. Use the Team Pink code. I don't get anything from the code. It's more for fun than anything else. So you may be wondering, wow, Kristyn, why are you doing black when your favorite color is pink? And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, there was a challenge or a demand, depending on how you want to look at it, issued from Miss Rokkari Eve herself. And she said that if I did not do all of the black drills first on my Rokkari canvas, that my code would no longer be coding. So I accepted the challenge because I thought I was getting Glinda. Gothic Glinda from the website. And there's some black in there, but it's not an aggressive amount of black. I thought, yeah, no problem. Okay, I gotta stab at this putty because it is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And then I opened the package and realized that Glinda was in the box all right. But so was this canvas, and then I was instructed that this is the canvas I was supposed to work on and do all the black first. Yeah, and then when I am done with the black, then I'm allowed to do the other colors that are not pink. Then, and only then, am I allowed to work on the pink section. So, yep. I had one pulled over on me, that is for sure. It's fine. I'm trying. I am trying. I did put down a few drills before I started just because it is a brand new canvas and I wanted to get a feel for the canvas and the drills, although it feels really, really weird to be working on a section and then thinking that I am going to have to cover it back up with a piece of release paper or something and then move on to the next section without the section being completed. It will be an adventure. Let's put it that way. So yeah, there's that. Oops, see, I overfilled my pen and now I'm getting putty on the canvas. It's not the end of the world because it is a square drill canvas. Oof, okay. Maybe get that off there. Yeah, so event stuff been going good. We did our live on, I don't even know what day, I think that was Friday. I don't even know anymore. That was fun. We did have Officer Putty was in the chat as a moderator. Yep. We had a officer of the Diamond Painting Police in the chat taking notes. And then, as if that wasn't bad enough, Officer Drill actually showed up to my house during the live. Yeah. And was accusing me of having merchandise that I was going to be withholding for myself. And I tried explaining that, no, I have no merchandise I'm trying to hold. We didn't tell people we had merchandise because we were trying to wait until, you know, the second half of the event. But the cat's out of the bag. And then we had our first, I just dropped a drill on the canvas and I don't know where it went. Nope, it's right here. The first installment of the rap battle. Never thought in a million gajillion years that I would be using my name and rap battle in a sentence, combining the two. And here we are. Okay, what is going on with this? Ugh. I think I picked up a pen that had putty that maybe needed to be replaced. Hopefully not. And I think when this video goes out, the second installment will have just been put up. And so definitely go and watch those for your entertainment. I will link them down below. I am just trying to, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to just kind of cut at the putty a little to maybe refresh it. I don't want to have to reload, but I may have to. We'll see. Oh, nope, nobody can see what you're doing, Kristyn. It's fine. Nobody's watching anyways. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, rap battle, Black Girl challenge. Well, so then I decided, well, you know what? It's not fair. I'm suffering. And a lot of you guys said the same thing too. If you have to do all the black drills, then Mush should have to do all the pink drills. And I thought that was a fabulous idea because misery loves company. So I issued that challenge, and then I was informed that she ordered baby Hannibal Lecter from Rokkari. And there's maybe a little bit of pink in the face, but otherwise it's, you know, baby serial killer, you know? So, yeah. Hers might not be as difficult as mine, but that's okay. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it so we have the code for Team Pink. So if you watch the rap battles, and, you know, there is a request at the end to comment what team color you think won. Team Pink or Team Black. And nobody's feelings will be hurt. It is all for fun, you know. We're all doing this for fun. So let us know. And, oh my goodness. It's like they won't pick up, but they won't stick to the canvas. Interesting. I did finish my cute little bear pink canvas situation. That was lovely. That was lovely. That was my first Muni Made kit. I've got some thoughts, as I always do. I will be doing a post review on that. Probably it will be up next week, I'm thinking. First impressions, the drills were very sparkly. They are resin, and they were rounds. They were very sparkly. Not a ton of trash. Love to see that. Love it. I felt like some of the symbols on the canvas were potentially almost too big. There was one in particular, I think it was the H, and no matter how careful I was, and I'm not the most careful person when it comes to putting drills down, I could not really get the diamonds to fully cover the symbol. And I don't know if that's a Kristyn problem. It could be, because I do like to multi-place and I am impatient. But you know, and you know, you're not supposed to look at it really close up or whatever, but you do because you're working on it. I feel like I can see the little bits of H sticking out everywhere. And that, you know, it kind of bothers me. I'd wish it didn't, but it does. But other than that, it was a very enjoyable kit, very cute. The rendering was good. And I finished it, and I was thinking perfect timing because this was supposed to get delivered on Monday, according to USPS. That did not happen. They said my driveway was inaccessible, which is a filthy lie. I think it was just dark and they didn't want to deliver it to my house. So it did come the next day. Thank goodness. Because I was out of diamond paintings. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I could work on some coasters or something, but those just... I gotta be in a special mood to do work on coasters. So So there is that. Oopsie. The chat in the live was super, super chatty. Chatty. Get it? Chatty. WIP&chattyrant. Chatty chat. It was very hard to keep up with. I apologize if you said something and we did not see it. I did try to go back and rewatch it. Problem is that I don't want to rewatch myself on video. I'm one of those people that doesn't want to see a video of myself, and you know, I don't want to listen to my own voice. And I think I'm sitting there wondering, how do people keep up with live chat? And then I realized maybe it's because some people do forward facing videos, you know, because they can see the computer screen right in front of them, and so they can see the chat. The problem is, at least for me, I cannot speak for anyone else, but I do know that Mush also has expressed that she will never be doing a forward-facing live chat. Just because, you know, sometimes we don't want to look at our own face. I'm one of those people that if I'm on a Zoom call and my face is in the corner, I won't be able to stop looking at my face, because I'm making sure that I'm not rolling my eyes, or I'm not like making some kind of weird face gesture. So it will not be happening for either one of us that I can see in the near future. I like to say that I can't control my facial expressions. And so a live chat, and if somebody said something that, you know, maybe I didn't agree with, or maybe made me upset or angry or annoyed, you'd see it on my face. So it's just safer for everyone's feelings and emotions that you can just see my hands. I don't need to get myself in trouble. So what else besides, that's about it for diamond painting. Honestly, I did not have a lot of time last week to be working on stuff. Oh my gosh, the putty is getting all over. That was okay. Real life has to take precedence over hobbies and, you know, internet life. We did volunteer at a friend's church. So the high school, they have to have a certain amount of community service hours. It's like every year, but mainly in order to graduate, you're supposed to have 15 hours of community service every year in high school. So 4 years, 15 hours a year, so 60 hours total. And we have not been the best at getting those in this year. And so his friend's mom said that they volunteer at their church has a food pantry every week. And I said, well, you know, hey, let's try it, and if it doesn't work, you know, hey, whatever. So we went, and it went very well. I was a little worried, you know. I mean, I feel like a lot of, and I'm not trying to generalize or anything, but I think a lot of generations and a lot of things that we see nowadays where, you know, kids are maybe, I don't want to say lazy, but I can't think of a nicer word right now. But, you know, they don't want to work. They just want everything handed to them. And so it was very nice to see these kids, you know, willing to help, like, you know, yeah, you know, tell me what to do, tell me where to put this, I'll go pick up those chairs. It was awesome, you know, and I think we all could benefit by selflessly helping others, you know, every once in a while. And, you know, I think trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? I think we all could probably benefit from being reminded how lucky we really are sometimes. And I'm not trying to say anyone else is like not grateful, nobody be putting words in my mouth. I'm not saying that. I know for me personally, I get annoyed about very probably unimportant things to get annoyed about. And so I think it's definitely a good reminder, like, hey, you know, we went and we helped out some people, and like, you know, we get to go home and we have food waiting for us at home. And not a lot of people, like, they might not have that benefit. Because it's a weird world out there. I mean, you have all of these natural disasters going on lately, and you know, it really just, we all need to probably stop and reflect and try to focus on the actual important things. It's like, you know, does it really matter how many people liked on a comment on Facebook? No, not really. You know, like, does it matter how many subscribers you have on YouTube? No, not really. I mean, literally, some people lose everything, and then, you know, some people are worried about, oh no, I lost 10 subscribers. Like, sorry, but in the end of the day, that's not that important. You know, I mean, yeah, it might be important to you, but, or, you know, like, it's just, I don't know. A lot of self-reflection going on lately, at least for me. But usually that's the new year. New year, you know, you hope you have fresh starts, and you hope that, you know, that the crap that was weighing you down in the previous year doesn't follow you into the new year, but a lot of times it does. And you have to figure out, how do you want to deal with that stuff? How do you want to let it affect you? You know, I try to teach my kids. They have, you know, kids at school they don't agree with, or, you know, that maybe say things that don't align with their values, or, you know, oh, I'm moving my canvas all over the place. Sorry about that. You know, like, there's, like, kids that will say racist things, and I'm like, what? You know, I don't understand that, and, you know, it bothers my kids. And, you know, it's an important lesson that you can't control what other people do and what other people say and what other people feel. You can only control how, excuse me, how you act, how you react to things, and how you feel. You can obviously speak up and try and, you know, be a good example. But at the end of the day, you know, if somebody doesn't like you, there is not a lot you can do about it. And it sucks. It sucks to learn that as a kid, and it sucks to know that as an adult. I deal with that every day. I'm like, what if somebody doesn't like me, or what if somebody doesn't agree with something I say? And it's like, well, I can't do anything about that. The only way to be able to do something about that is to just never talk. And that's not really, you know, feasible. Okay, get off there. You did not go there. Yeah. So the food bank was a good experience. And when I asked, you know, would you want to go back again next week? Because we tried a few different volunteer things that didn't really work out, that just weren't the best fit. Is that, I can't even see what symbol that is right there. Oh, it's just crooked. There have been times where it's like, I don't want to do that again. But it was a success. So that's awesome. So we're going to go back this week. But then I realized that I got the teenagers signed up for driver's ed. That was an ordeal. My goodness, should not be that difficult. And that is also on the same night that the food pantry is. But that doesn't start until, I think, like 2 months. So we need a little bit of time. Yes, driver's ed. Oh my goodness. That was such, it shouldn't be this hard to sign up for something. And yet it was. I had to create a profile online for the Department of Licensing for our state, because you need a WDL number, which I'm assuming is, you know, Washington driver's license number. Well, in order to get that, I had to create a profile. So I created a profile, but then it was asking for like a parent or guardian. And I'm like, okay. So I put in my information, and then it was using my kid's name and login, but it was saying that I was him. I was like, ah, crap. So, trying to figure it out. I tried calling the Department of Licensing. That was funny. That was really funny, guys. Really funny. I called, and it's all these, you know, push this button if this. It's like, well, no, you didn't give me the option I wanted. So I got through to, I thought, the department, or the prompt that I needed, because I was just trying to figure out how to get the stupid WDL number. And it said that, oh, we're experiencing higher than normal call volumes. You know, call back. And it literally hung up on me. And I was like, what? I just spent 15 minutes trying to get to this screen. And it was telling me, you know, for faster service, go online. And I did try to go online, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't really helping. So I tried calling again, and apparently I didn't push 1 for English. I accidentally pushed 4. I don't know what language that was, but it was not English, and it was not Spanish, and it was not French. And so I was like, oh, whoops. And so then I had to hang up, and then I had to call back. I was like, oh, yikes. Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated. Finally, I just decided, while I'm on hold, and it might hang up on me, I'm going to try and create another new online profile. And I did it correctly. I even had to go into the safe and get social security numbers and all that stuff. Did that. I was like, yes, go me, go me. And then I discovered that I needed to know height and weight. It's been a while since we've been to the regular doctor, and so I was trying to remember when we went to urgent care for one of the many reasons, you know, okay, what was the height, what was the weight? And I wasn't sure if I could just guess, you know, like, and then change it later. So I was actually trying to put in factual information, I know, and I couldn't figure it out. So I thought, well, let me go to the My Chart, right? That's why we have My Chart. Turns out I have not set up My Chart for children. So then I was trying to set up the My Chart. It wasn't registering and doing the things. So then I tried to call the doctor's office. And then I got put on hold. Then I finally figured out the My Chart, because they said, you know, it was going to be a 30-minute wait. And I was like, oh. So I finally got the My Chart up. I hang up the phone because I'm like, yes, I did it. Go me. I'm such a big girl. And none of his information is in the dang My Chart. There's a lab result from a flu test. There's an x-ray, but there is no information from the urgent care appointment where they take, you know, they do your height, they do your weight, they do your blood pressure, they do your oxygen levels. None of that was there. I was like, oh my gosh, forget it. So I just guessed. I was like, and he got mad because he's like, I'm not 5'6", I'm 5'7". I'm like, I'm sorry, I will change it when I'm able to change it. I needed to get it done because it was starting to mentally drag me into the gutter. So I figured it out. I got signed up for the proper, you know, the proper things. And it's telling me that I need to add on, like the written test. You have to have the written test if you want to get the driver's license. Okay, so that's an added $20. Then you have to add on the knowledge and the skills test. Well, that's another like $70. Like, okay. And then do you want to do a defensive driving thing? Like, yeah, probably. That might be good. That's another added $150. And all is said and done. Signing up for driver's ed cost me $950. And that just seems like a really high number to me. I think, granted, driver's ed was a few years ago. Was it? Oh my gosh, was it? It was more than 20 years. Oh my gosh. I feel like we had it in school, But only a certain amount of kids could do it through school, and more kids wanted to do it than, you know, would actually be able to do it. So there were some other, you know, private areas where you could go and do driver's ed, and I did that way, and I think it was only $100 more than it was offered through the school. And it was only, I think it was only 6 weeks too. It wasn't a whole semester. Oh my gosh. But I feel like it was maybe $250. So $699 for just the course, and then all those other add-on fees. Whew. That was a tough thing to pull. And then it says, you know, oh, you can make payments, but you just have to pay in full before, I don't even know when, before the first day of class or something. Like, yeah, okay, I will be doing that. I will be crying while I do that. I keep bumping the camera. I will be crying when I pay in full, but I will pay in full. So, yeah, that was depressing. And it's kind of scary and sad, because that means your kids are growing up, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. Plus, that means we actually have to, like, go out and do drives, and I am really scared of that. I don't know how my parents did it. Come on. Okay. I do see some curvy butts, but I'm not in the mood to pick them out quite yet. Yeah, so then, I swear, there was 2 days where I just was on the phone with scheduling appointments that needed to be scheduled, with rescheduling appointments that had been canceled. My mom's dentist canceled on her. They said they didn't have a hygienist, and then they were trying to just automatically reschedule her, and she said, no, 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 because my daughter has to drive me, so, you know, I'll have her call. So I tried calling on Friday, but they're not there on Fridays, so nobody answered. So then I called on Monday, and they were, you know, I mean, they're really nice. Like, there's nothing wrong with the dentist's office. And so I said, you know, I need to reschedule my mom's appointment. And they said, okay, great. And they said, well, actually, she could come in tomorrow. And I paused because tomorrow, Tuesday, was the day that she was supposed to originally go in for her teeth cleaning. And I said, oh, what time? And the lady said, oh, yeah, how about 11 or 12:30? And I said, 12:30? I said, you mean the time her appointment was before you canceled it? And she goes, oh my gosh, we don't have a hygienist. I'm so sorry. And I was like, you should probably not be offering up appointments to people when you don't have the person there who needs to do the service that you're offering the appointments for. I mean, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do with their job. But if I would have rescheduled that and then went down there and then had to wait and then have them go, oh no, sorry, she can't get her teeth cleaned after all, I would be not happy. Not happy at all. So we did that. I had to make other appointments. Just, felt so adulty. And those are those weird tasks that you put off because you know there's a chance that they could be more time intensive. Okay, seriously, just pick up the drills. Pen. You know that you might be on the phone for a while, or you might have to call somebody else back, or you might have to check insurance, blah, blah, blah. So I was glad to get some of those done. And those are the things where I think, at least for me, I put them off because there's no physical viewing of them. Like, oh yes, I could cross it off my to-do list, but it's not like, you know, like I need to clean the kitchen. Well, when you clean the kitchen, you have a nice clean kitchen. When you schedule a dentist appointment and a bone scan and a this and a that, you look around and you're like, well, my house is still a mess. So that didn't really, you know, I don't know. And maybe I overthink things. I have been known to do that. And so after the volunteering, I did I did say we could go and get something to eat because I wasn't sure what time it got over, and it was, you know, dinner time. And so we went to Wendy's, and oh my goodness, I am not used to going places for, you know, eating like 6 p.m. on a weeknight. It was a little busy, but crazy how expensive fast food is. It's like, you're not even that good. Why are you so expensive? It's like, you are a sad cheeseburger. Why do you cost so much money? I do not understand. And I don't even understand how people can afford to eat out every day, or people go and get coffee every day, or whatever, you know, whatever expensive vice you have. I'm not judging. I'm genuinely curious, because I was almost like, I don't even want anything. I'll get other people things, but I'll just, like, I don't know, I got English muffins at home. I'll make myself a English muffin ham and cheese sandwich or something. Sheesh. Well, in Washington, I think the minimum wage went up, but they also, like in the city of Seattle, they just got rid of some tax credits for restaurants and stuff, and now a lot of restaurants are closing because they can't afford to pay the employees the minimum wage without the tax credit. I mean, I think I don't know if it's all of Washington or just parts of Seattle, but the minimum wage is $20. $20. That is insane. That means the person who's, you know, making hamburgers at McDonald's is making $20. I mean, that's a lot of money. But the sad thing is, okay, come on, putty. Holy mother. I mean, getting a meal at Wendy's, you know, I don't even know what it was. The double quarter pounder type meal, whatever. I mean, that's like $14. So that is almost an hour's worth of work. That's insane to me. I don't know. I have to constantly restrain myself from saying, well, back in my days, something was blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, the kids don't care. They really don't. I'd love to say they do. Speaking of children, big thank yous to everybody who said my special sassy lassie helper for my year in review did an amazing job. Very much appreciated. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm getting to this end of this section, but like my problem is that's not going to stay without a cover minder. I'm going to have to grab a cover minder, and then when I get to the end of the row, I think I'm going to put a strip of parchment paper down to cover all of, you know, the sticky bits, because I don't have, I'd say I don't have enough cover minders to hold each individual piece of release paper down. I probably do. It's just, they don't hold them down, you know, seamlessly. That is my fear. So we will see how that transpires. Let's see. So the day after we volunteered, I did have to go pick up a child early from school. Boo. Although I expected it. I was kind of pre-warned that I'm not really feeling the best, but it's like, can you get through part of the day, please? Like, yes. So I pretty much assumed lunchtime would be getting a phone call, and I was right. I was right. I swear, all of our schools in the area have just been hit with gross, like, flu bug, sickness bug after sickness bug. And I don't think it's the big C, you know. I think it's mainly just been, you know, flu and just general not feeling good. Which is no fun. So on, I think it was Friday, yeah. That was the day I had to leave for school early. And right as I'm getting ready to go, I went downstairs because my mom lives with us. And she has her own little mother-in-law apartment. And I heard this noise. And it's not a noise that I normally hear in her living quarters. And she is in the basement, and it's, come on, there's no washing machine or dishwasher, and that's what it sounded like. It sounded like when the dishwasher is running and like it's shooting, you know, dirty water out, or it's draining. That's what it sounded like. It was a little concerning because I shouldn't be hearing that noise down in her area. And I was like, what is that? And so my husband was still home. He hadn't gone to work yet, thank goodness. And I said, can you come down here? Because I keep hearing this weird noise. And he's like, okay, fine. And so he goes and he opens the door that goes down underneath the house. And I said something, and he's like, shh. And I said, okay, I'm sorry, you know, whatever. And he all of a sudden just yells a swear word that is another word for poop. Yeah, that one. And he's like, I gotta go to the hardware store. And I'm like, why? What's going on? Well, we live in a very wet area, and we have sump pumps under our house. Well, the sump was a pumping, but it was not pumping where it should be pumping. And it was apparently a hose had separated or cracked or something. I couldn't really follow what he was saying. Basically, water was squirting out of the hose and spraying everywhere. And it was spraying the insulation, and it was not doing what it needed to be doing. So he had to call into work and be like, I might be a few minutes late. He had to go to the hardware store and get a replacement hose. And luckily he understands these things, because if it was just me, I would be clueless. And he got it all fixed. He got it all fixed before he had to go to work, and so he wasn't even late. But oh my gosh, so we got to replace some insulation because it got all wet, which is not good. You don't want wet insulation. No, you don't. So that was a noise I did not want to hear. It was so weird. Because I'm like, what is that noise? It sounded like a dishwasher, but she doesn't have a dishwasher, and she doesn't have a washing machine down there. So I'm glad I caught it and I heard it, and because she doesn't have the best hearing sometimes, so I don't even know if she would have heard it or thought that it was a out of the ordinary sound. But yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Not good. Trying to straighten these up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I should have replaced the putty, but I didn't. It's fine. They're just falling off to make it more difficult. Yay! Oh, I did. So this is completely optional, and I was asked about it from a few people. So this is completely optional. I did release memberships. There is no exclusive content. I'm not making special videos or special lives or anything. It's, I think, $2.99 a month, and you get early access to videos. You get, like, I'd guess a day or something. I'm not entirely sure how that works. You get like a little special Pippi emoji next to your name in the comments, and you can leave special Pippi emojis in the comments as well. Like I said, completely optional, not required. I won't be like talking about it and, you know, encouraging everyone to join or whatever. I don't want anyone to feel like you have to sign up for a membership to get, you know, my content, because that is not the case. I was asked, and I said, well, I can try, you know, I can try. That is all I can do, is try. So there is a link in the description box down below if you're on Apparently if you're on an Apple device, it doesn't like to play nice. Apparently Androids are a little bit nicer in terms of stuff like that. And obviously the links will be in the description box to all the event sponsors, my Facebook group, Mushy's Facebook group, our emails, so you can submit, you know, your final photos via the Facebook group and via email and all that stuff. But I'm sure you're tired of hearing it, so trying not to like repeat myself over and over and over and over again. What else? I've been trying to remember, like signing up for driver's ed kind of made me, you know, sit there and go, what was it like when I was a kid? You know, I can't fully remember because that was a while ago. But I was trying to remember, like, how did my parents deal with that kind of stuff? Or how did my parents deal with maybe me nagging or, you know, constantly talking about the same thing over and over because I was so excited about it, or I really wanted it, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, how did they deal with that? Because I feel like I am not the most patient person sometimes, and I try, but it's like I can only hear about something for so long before it's like, okay, great, new topic, please. You know, it's like, I want this, I want this, I want, you know, I want this Squishmallow, I want this video game system. Oh my gosh, this. Like, okay, thank you for sharing, but I would like to hear something, you know, and it's not that what they're saying isn't important. It's important to them, you know, but like when they get in the car, I want to hear about how was your day? Did you learn anything? You know, were any kids jerks? Do I need to email the school? And, you know, pull out my inner mean mom. But they don't want to talk about that stuff. They want to talk about, like, you know, the stuff they want and this and that. Which, trying to remember back, I was the same way. I'm sure a lot of us were. You know, kids, you know, they want they want what they want. So I try to remind myself, you were the same way. You were the same way. Before I, you know, get all exacerbated. Is that even a word? I'm probably not using it right. Maybe I need some word of the day toilet paper to help learn some good and proper words. Look at all those black drills. I will say, I don't have insider information, so I think based on how the drills, moving everything around, based on how the drills came and everything, like they kind of remind me of Evermoment drills, the way they're packaged. So, but I am not an expert. But if they are Evermoment drills, then at least you can go with, they are probably good quality. And I have had multiple kits where it was, you know, either the canvas was made by Evermoment or they're Evermoment drills, and I have always been pleased with the quality level. I wish I would have ordered my cross-stitch conversion drills from Evermoment. It would have probably cost me more, but I think I would have probably not had as many issues as I did. But who knows? So, and the last little anecdote that I have is we have lots of blankets. I don't know how we have so many blankets in this house, but we are blanket people. And I think it was a year ago, we got these huge blankets. I'm talking huge. Like, you could put it on a king-size bed and it still would have some room for, you know, moving around. And they're these throw blankets. And they're, you know, kind of soft and fleecy. They feel really nice. They're not super, super hot and heavy, you know, but they're a good weight. Well, we got two. We got a purple one and we got a green one. And for some reason, don't know why, everybody always tries to use the purple one, which is fine. I'm not claiming that no one else can use the purple blanket. My problem is that if I am sitting and using a blanket and I have it all pulled up to my chin because I'm cold, because I'm always cold, that's why you'll probably never see me wearing short sleeves, the blanket might get close to my face, okay? And sometimes when other people decide to use the purple blanket, they like to wrap the blanket around their feet to keep their feet warm. I wear socks to keep my feet warm, just saying. Oops, I am scooting that all over the place. My weight is not cutting it right now. Well, the other day, I was so tired. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put my head on the pillow, pull up my blanket. I'm going to take a little resty rest on the couch. You know, a little 20-minute power nap, right? So I'm getting comfy. I'm getting my pillow in place. I'm getting my blanket pulled up. And I sniff. And I'm like, what is that smell? I can't quite figure it out, but I know it ain't a good smell. And I discovered that the blanket smelled like feet. And I was so pissed. Like, this is my blanket. Why does it smell like other people's feet? And I even checked my feet. I was like, did my feet smell? I'm like, no, it's not my feet. And I know that some people, I won't name names, in the house, they don't like to wear socks. And if they are trying to get comfy and they tuck the blanket under their, under their feet and whatnot, well, if your feet get a little hot and sweaty, then what are they going to do? They're going to sweat. They're going to stink. So my blanket smelled like feet. I was so mad. I just wanted to go and get everyone else's blankets and pillows and then just like rub them on something smelly and be like, oh, okay, you like that? Here you go. And I know nobody did it intentionally, but it's just not what I wanted to deal with while I was kind of not feeling the best and I wanted to just have a little power rest. That didn't happen. No. I had to grab a different blanket, which was much smaller, and it kind of ruined the magic for me, honestly. So I washed my feet smelling blanket, and if I catch anyone wrapping their feet in my blanket again, we gonna have words. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. So that is where we are at right now. Let me unzoom a little. Oops, sorry, my light is so yellow right there. Just pretend like that's not yellow. This is where we are at. Doesn't look like I've done a ton because I haven't, because all I get to work on is black. But they are very sparkly, and I did pull out some trash ones before I started, just to, pre-get curvy butts. And I fully expect black drills to be trashy. So that is where we're going to leave that off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today while I work on this kit, Feline Fury, aka Spicy Pink Mellow. If you have not, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. Big awkward hugs. Bye, guys.